You might not realize it, but the way you begin your morning carries far more weight than most people imagine, especially after the age of 60. Those quiet choices, the ones that feel small, almost automatic, can shape the health of your heart and your brain for years to come. I'm not talking about major decisions like whether you exercise every day or follow a perfect diet. I'm talking about the very first thing you put into your body within the first half hour of waking up. For many, it feels harmless, comforting even. A familiar drink, a routine that signals the start of the day. Maybe it's a steaming cup of coffee, maybe it's juice from the fridge, maybe it's something labeled zero sugar that feels safe. Whatever it is, it doesn't feel dangerous. It feels like part of life, something you've trusted for decades. But here's the surprising truth. That one small decision may quietly place more strain on your body than you ever intended. I've spoken with countless seniors who live carefully. They don't smoke. They go on their daily walks. They take their medications faithfully. And yet, they still face issues with memory, circulation, and heart health. When we look closer, we often find one thread in common. It's not their meals, not their activity level, but the drink they reach for first thing in the morning. That choice, repeated day after day, doesn't just quench thirst or provide comfort. It sends signals to your blood vessels, your heart, and even your brain that ripple throughout the rest of the day. It can be the difference between feeling steady and sharp, or dealing with slow, silent damage that builds over years until one day it suddenly shows up as a stroke, a moment of confusion, or a weakness you can't explain. The good news is you're not powerless. Awareness is the first step. Once you understand what these common morning drinks are really doing inside your body, you can make gentle, simple changes that don't take away joy, but add years of clarity, strength, and independence to your life. So in the next few minutes, we'll walk through 5 of the most common morning drink habits among older adults. Some might surprise you because they're often considered healthy, but as you'll see, the truth is more complicated. And don't worry, I'll also share soft, practical alternatives you can use instead. Drink habit number 1. Sweetened iced coffee and flavored lattes. For many older adults, coffee isn't just a drink, it's a ritual. The sound of beans grinding, the aroma filling the kitchen, or the simple pleasure of hearing ice clink against the sides of a tall glass. Maybe you add a swirl of creamer or a splash of flavored syrup. It feels like a small reward, a moment you've earned after years of hard work. On the surface, it's harmless, even uplifting. But what happens inside your body tells a different story. When you start your morning with sweetened coffee drinks, especially on an empty stomach, your system is jolted in ways that may not be obvious right away. The sugars in syrups, creamers, or whipped toppings dissolve quickly, flooding your bloodstream with glucose before your body has time to adjust. Your pancreas scrambles to release insulin, trying to bring balance, but in those moments, your blood sugar soars high, then falls hard. That sharp swing may leave you feeling tired later, but more importantly, it quietly strains the delicate lining of your blood vessels. Meanwhile, the caffeine in coffee causes blood vessels to narrow. For someone in their 30s, that may not matter much, but as we age, arteries naturally stiffen and circulation slows. Add in the sodium often hidden in flavored creamers, even light or non-dairy ones, and you're stacking subtle pressure on a system already working harder than it once did. You probably won't notice anything at first. There won't be pain, dizziness, or warning bells. That's what makes this habit deceptive. Over time, though, those repeated spikes and constrictions can set the stage for blood clots, high blood pressure, and even a greater risk of stroke. All from something that felt like a simple comfort. This doesn't mean you must give up coffee altogether. Joy matters too, but small adjustments make a world of difference. Try enjoying your coffee with a light splash of unsweetened milk instead of flavored creamer. Drink it after breakfast instead of before, giving your body some buffer against the sugar and caffeine. Or, if you love iced coffee, prepare it at home where you can control what goes in. The goal isn't to take away what you love, but to protect your independence, your clarity, and your strength. One thoughtful shift in how you enjoy your morning coffee can support your brain and heart for years to come, and still leave you with that comforting ritual you look forward to each day. Drink habit number 2: bottled or packaged fruit juice. For many people, a glass of juice feels almost symbolic of a healthy morning. Maybe it was poured at your breakfast table growing up alongside eggs and toast. The bright color, the sweet taste, and the label that promises 100% natural or no added sugar make it seem like a safe, nourishing choice. But the truth is, packaged fruit juices can quietly do more harm than good, especially as we get older. The reason lies in what's missing and what's left behind. When fruit is pressed and filtered into juice, the natural fiber is stripped away. That fiber is what normally slows down the release of sugars into your bloodstream when you eat an orange, apple, or berries whole. Without it, all that natural sugar rushes in at once. Your blood sugar spikes quickly, forcing your heart to pump harder and your arteries to stretch under sudden pressure. At the same time, your brain relies on steady, even circulation to function at its best. Sudden rises and drops in blood sugar make that circulation less smooth, leaving your vessels more vulnerable over time. Doctors even have a name for the irritation caused by these repeated sugar surges: endothelial damage. It weakens vessel walls, making them more prone to plaque buildup and, in the long run, stroke. And here's the challenge: you won't feel this damage as it happens. There's no headache, no obvious signal, just a silent wearing down. This doesn't mean fruit itself is the problem. Quite the opposite. Whole fruit offers not only natural sugars, but also fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants that protect your body. An apple or an orange eaten whole nourishes and balances you in a way juice simply can't. A carton of juice, however, is closer to a sugary drink than a health food, even if the packaging says otherwise. The gentle shift here is simple. Eat your fruit, don't drink it. If you crave that refreshing sweetness, consider making a smoothie at home that blends the whole fruit, skin, pulp, and seeds included when possible. Or simply pair water with slices of citrus for a lighter, refreshing flavor. Your mornings set the tone for your day, and what you choose to drink is part of that foundation. Choosing whole fruit instead of bottled juice is a quiet act of protection for your brain, your circulation, and the years of clarity you want to preserve. Drink habit number 3: diet sodas and zero-sugar beverages. On the surface, diet sodas and zero-sugar drinks seem like smart choices. They don't carry the heavy calories of regular soda, they don't send your blood sugar soaring the way fruit juice does, and the word diet itself feels reassuring. For many older adults, they become the go-to option, a way to enjoy something fizzy and sweet without guilt. But beneath the labels, these drinks carry risks that often go unnoticed. The challenge comes from what replaces the sugar. To mimic sweetness, manufacturers use artificial sweeteners like aspartame, sucralose, or acephane potassium. They taste sweet, but they don't behave the same way in the body. Research has shown that even without real sugar, these chemicals can still signal your body to release insulin. Over time, that repeated missignaling may lead to insulin resistance, a condition that puts pressure on both your heart and your brain. But it doesn't end there. Artificial sweeteners can also disrupt the balance of bacteria in your gut. That balance influences far more than digestion. It plays a role in memory, mood, and even immune health. When the gut is thrown off, inflammation can ripple through the body, and inflammation is one of the biggest drivers of heart disease and stroke risk as we age. Large studies have found a concerning link. Older adults who consumed diet sodas daily were more likely to experience strokes and memory decline even if their blood sugar and weight appeared normal. That's the deceptive part. On paper, these drinks look safe. In practice, they quietly interfere with the body's natural systems. Another hidden layer comes from additives. Many diet drinks still contain caffeine and sodium. Caffeine can dehydrate you when you're not drinking enough water, and sodium quietly pushes blood pressure upward. Combined, they make circulation less steady, which is especially risky in aging arteries. Does this mean you can never enjoy a fizzy drink again? Not at all. It simply means to treat these beverages with caution and awareness. If you enjoy the sensation of bubbles, sparkling water with slices of lemon, berries, or cucumber can be refreshing and supportive rather than stressful for your body. Herbal teas served chilled can also provide flavor without the risks. It's about keeping the simple joys, but choosing them in a way that supports your independence and clarity. A small change in what fills your glass can ripple forward, giving your brain and heart the steady support they deserve. Drink habit number 4: energy drinks and sports drinks. Energy drinks and sports beverages often come in bright bottles and cans that promise vitality, strength, or balance. The marketing makes them look like a quick solution, something to restore hydration, give a mental lift, or add stamina for the day ahead. For older adults, that promise can be tempting. After all, who wouldn't want more energy to keep up with grandchildren, tackle daily tasks, or simply feel sharper in the morning? But the truth is, these drinks were never designed with aging bodies in mind. Energy drinks are especially concerning. They often pack very high doses of caffeine, along with stimulants like taurine, guarana, or ginseng. Together, they push the nervous system into overdrive. Your heart beats faster, your vessels tighten, and blood pressure can climb within minutes. If your arteries are already less flexible, as they naturally become with age, this sudden surge can be dangerous. It's like pressing hard on the accelerator of a car that already has worn brakes. You may not see the damage right away, but the strain builds. Sports drinks carry a different kind of risk. Their labels highlight electrolytes, which the body does need, but the balance isn't what most older adults require. Many of these beverages contain far more sodium and sugar than the body can use effectively. Instead of replenishing, they quietly place extra stress on the kidneys and raise blood pressure further. Artificial coloring and additives provide no benefit and only add more for the body to filter. What makes this particularly deceptive is that people often reach for these drinks in moments of weakness or fatigue, hoping to feel better. Yet instead of true refreshment, they may end up more dehydrated or more strained. Sodium and caffeine can actually draw water out of the body, leaving the blood thicker and circulation slower. For the brain and heart, that means less oxygen at the exact time more is needed. The encouraging news is that there are gentle alternatives. A simple glass of warm water with lemon and a small pinch of natural salt can hydrate, support circulation, and provide minerals without the hidden dangers. Herbal teas or plain water flavored with fruit slices can also bring refreshment and energy in a safer way. You don't need stimulants in a can to feel awake or capable. Your body still has remarkable strength when it's supported the right way. Choosing natural hydration over artificial energy is a small kindness to yourself, one that pays back in steadiness, clarity, and peace of mind. Drink habit number 5: skipping water in the morning. Among all the morning habits that quietly shape our health, the simplest and often the most overlooked is forgetting to drink water when we first wake up. It doesn't feel like a mistake. After all, most people don't wake up thirsty, and it's easy to think, I'll have some later with breakfast, or I'll drink when I take my pills. but those first few hours after sleep are when your body needs hydration the most. While you rest, your body continues to work. You breathe, you sweat lightly, and your cells use water to repair and restore. By morning, even though you don't feel it, you've lost a surprising amount of fluid. For younger people, the body often signals thirst quickly, but as we grow older, that natural signal weakens. By the time you actually notice thirst, your body may already be running behind on fluids. This gentle dehydration changes more than you'd expect. Blood becomes slightly thicker, which means the heart has to push harder with every beat. Circulation slows just enough that oxygen delivery to the brain isn't as smooth. Over time, those small strains add up. It's no coincidence that many strokes in older adults occur in the morning, the hours when the body is driest, vessels are under more stress, and circulation is at its slowest. The effects aren't always dramatic. Sometimes it shows up as feeling sluggish, a little foggy, or unusually tired even after a full night's rest. Other times, there may be no obvious sign at all, until one day the lack of hydration contributes to something far more serious. The encouraging part is that the solution is remarkably simple. 1 full glass of plain, room-temperature water upon waking. No ice, no sweeteners, nothing complicated. Just clean water to gently rehydrate your body and prepare your brain and heart for the day. This single step helps thin the blood slightly, eases circulation, and gives your organs the support they need before you add coffee, tea, or breakfast. It costs nothing. It takes less than a minute, yet the protection it offers is profound. Making water your very first act each morning isn't just a routine. It's a daily reminder to care for the body that has carried you through decades of life. And that quiet act of kindness may be one of the most powerful habits you ever create. The way you begin each morning may seem small, almost insignificant. A sip here, a habit there, something so ordinary it hardly gets a second thought. Yet, as the years pass, those simple choices are the very ones that quietly shape your health, your clarity, and your independence. The drinks we've talked about, sweetened coffees, packaged juices, diet sodas, energy boosters, or even the absence of water, don't usually cause an immediate alarm. That's what makes them so tricky. They feel safe, even comforting, until the slow effects gather silently over time. For many older adults, a stroke or heart problem doesn't appear out of nowhere. It's often the result of repeated everyday decisions, small steps that gradually weaken the body's natural balance. The good news is that prevention works the same way. Just as stress builds slowly, so does strength. A single glass of water in the morning, a thoughtful swap of whole fruit for bottled juice, or choosing a soothing tea over a soda. These gentle shifts add up. They protect your circulation, support your memory, and preserve your energy for the things that matter most. This isn't about restriction or fear. It's about kindness. Kindness to your body, which has carried you through a lifetime of work, love, and experiences. Kindness to your mind, which deserves the clarity to keep enjoying family, friendships, and moments of peace. And kindness to your future self, who will thank you for every quiet act of care you chose today. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, pause for a moment. Before reaching automatically for the drink that's always been there, ask yourself a simple question. Is this helping me, or is it asking my body to work harder than it should? That pause, that awareness, is where true prevention begins. And if you found this message helpful, consider sharing it with someone you care about. Sometimes one small piece of knowledge passed along can change another person's path, sparing them hardship and giving them years of health they might otherwise have lost. Your mornings don't have to be dramatic to make a difference. They just need to be thoughtful. With one glass of water, one mindful choice, you're not only protecting your health, you're choosing more years of clarity, strength, and dignity. And that choice, repeated daily, is one of the most powerful gifts you can give yourself.